Hi, good morning. Hope y'all doing good. I'm reading from Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, and hope this blesses y'all as much as I know it blessed me. Chapter 26, verse 1. In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city, salvation with God appointed for walls and bulwarks. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusted in thee. Trust ye the Lord forever, for the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. For he bringeth down them that dwelleth on high, the lofty city. He layeth it low, even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust. The foot shall tread it down, even the feet of the poor, and the steps of the needy. The way of the just is uprightness, that thou must upright dust way the paths of the just. Yea, in the way of the judgments, O Lord, have we waited for thee? The desire of our soul is to thy name, and to the remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when they judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. Let favor be shewed into the wickedness, yet will he not learn righteousness? In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not be hold the majesty of the Lord? Lord, when thy hands lifted up, thy will not see, but they shall see, and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. Lord, thou wilt ordain peace for us, for thou also hast wrought all of our works in us. O Lord our God, our lords, beside thee, heaven, dominion over us. Excuse me. Verse 13, verse 1. O Lord our God, other lords beside thee have had dominion over us, but by thee only we make mention of thy name. They are dead, they shall not live. They are deceased, they shall not rise. Therefore thou hast thou visited and destroyed them, and made all their memory to perish? Thou hast increased the nation, O Lord, thou hast increased the nation. Thou art glorified, thou hast removed it far under the ends of the earth. Excuse me. Verse 16. Lord, in trouble have they visited thee. They poured out a prayer when they chastised was upon them, like as a woman with child that dwelleth near to the time of her delivery, as in pain, and crieth out in her pain. So have we been in thy sight, O Lord. We have been with child, we have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. We have not brought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. The dead men shall live together with my dead body shall they rise, awake, and sing. Ye that dwell in the dust, for they do as the dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. For behold, the Lord cometh out of this place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. Chapter 27, verse 1. In that day of the Lord with his sword, and a great and strong sword, shall punish I'm sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing words. Levi-a-than, Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, the crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. In that day sing ye unto her a vineyard of red wine. I, the Lord, do keep it. I will water it every moment, lest any hurt. I will keep it night and day. Fury is not in me. Who would set the briars and thorns against me in the battle? I would go through them. I would burn them together, or let him take hold of my strength, that he may make peace with me, and he shall make peace with me. He shall cause them that come of Jacob and take root. Israel shall blossom and bud, and fill the face of the world with fruit. Hath he smitten him, as he smote those that smote him? Or is he slain according to the slaughter of them that are slain by him? In the measure, when it shooteth forth, thou wilt debate with it. He stayeth his wrath wind in the day of the east wind. By this therefore shall the iniquity of Jacob be purged, and this is all the fruit to take away his sin. When he maketh all the stones of the altar as chalkstone that are beaten. Sorry. I'll reread that one. Chapter 9, verse 9. Chapter 27, verse 9. By this therefore shall the iniquity of Jacob be purged, and this is all the fruit to take away his sin. When he maketh all the stones of the altar as a chalkstone that are beaten in sunder, the groves, the image shall not stand up. Yet the defenced city shall be desolate, and the habitation forsaken, and left like a wilderness. There shall the calf feed, and there shall he lie. Down and consume the branches thereof. When the broths thereof are withered, they shall be broken off. The women came and set them on fire, for it is people of no understanding. Therefore he that made them will not have mercy on them. He that formed them will show them no father. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall beat off him the channel of the river unto the stream of Egypt. And ye shall be gathered one by one, O ye children of Israel. And it shall come to pass in that day that the great trumpet shall be blown, and they shall come which were ready to perish in the land of Assyria, and the outcasts in the land of Egypt, and shall worship the Lord in the holy mount of Jerusalem. Chapter 28, verse 1. Woe to the crown of the pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are in the head of the fat valleys of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, the Lord hath mighty and strong one, which is a tempest of hell, and destroyed strong storm, as a flood of mighty waters flowing, shall cast down to the earth with his hand. The crown of pride, the drunkards of Ephraim, shall be trodden unto feet, and the glorious beauty which is on the head of that fat valley shall be a faded flower, as the hasty fruit before the summer, which when he hath looked upon it, seeth, while it is yet in his hand, he eateth it up. In that day shall the Lord of hosts be for a crown of glory, and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people, and for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment, and for strength to them that turn the battle to the gate. But they also have erred through wine, and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through the strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They are erred in vision. They stumble in judgment, for all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk are drawn from the breast, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little, and here there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people. My dog. That was my dog barking. Daisy. She's a wild baby though. She's okay. Alright, chapter 28, verse 8. For all the tables are full of vomit and filthiness, and so that there is no place clean. Whom shall he teach knowledge? For whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people, to whom he said, This is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. But the word of the Lord was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. Wherefore, hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men, and rule his people, which is in Jerusalem, because ye have said, We have made a covenant with death, and with hell, and we are agreement when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Therefore thus saith the Lord of God, Behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be dismantled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. From the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you. For morning to morning shall it pass over, by day and by night, and it shall be a vexation only to understand the report. For the bed is shorter than a man can stretch himself on it, and the covering a narrow than it that he can wrap himself in it. For the Lord shall rise up in the mount for Zion, and he shall be worth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work and his strange work, and bring it to pass his act, his strange act. Now therefore be ye not mockers, lest your bands be made strong. For I have heard from the Lord God of hosts a consumption even determined upon the whole earth. Give ye ear and hear my voice. Hearken and hear my speech. Doth the plowman blow all day to sow? Doth he open and break the clouds of the ground? When he hath made a plain the face thereof, doth he not cast abroad the fitches, and the scatter the cummin, and the cast and the principal wheat, and the appointment barley, and the area in their place? For this is his God doth instruct him destruction, and doth teach him. For the fitches are not threshed with a threshing instrument, neither is a cart wheeled turn about upon the cummin, but the fitches are beaten out with a staff, and the cummin with a rod. Bread corn is bruised, because he will not ever be threshed it, nor break it with the wheel of his cart, nor bruise it with his horsemen. This also cometh forth from the Lord of hosts, which is wonderful in counsel and excellent in working. Chapter 29, verse 1. Woe to Ariel, the city where David dwelt. Add ye ear to ear, let them kill sacrifices, yet I will distress Ariel, and there shall be heaviness and sorrow, and it shall be unto me as Ariel. And I will camp against thee around about, and will lay siege against thee with a mount, and I will raise forts against thee. And thou shalt be brought down, and shalt speak out of the ground, and thy speech shall be low out of the dust, and thy voice shall be as if one that hath a familiar spirit, and out of the ground thy speech shall whisper out of the dust. Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the terrible ones shall be as chaff that passeth away. Yea, it shall be at an instant suddenly. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord. Bookmarker. Verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake, and a great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire, and a multitude of all the nations that to fight against Ariel, even at the fight against her and her munition, and the distress her. It shall be as a dream of a night vision. It shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he waketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when he thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against the Mount Zion. Stay yourself and wonder, cry ye out, and cry, they are drunken, but not with wine, they stagger, but not with strong drink. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes, the prophets of your rulers, the seers that have recovered, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord said, For as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips, do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me. It is taught by the precept of man. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, Who seeth us? Who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, He made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, He had no understanding? It is not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity, and out of the darkness. The meek also shall increase the joy to the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice to the Holy One of Israel. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that which is iniquity are cut off, that make a man in order for a ward, and lay a snare for him that reproveth the gate, and turn aside the just for the thing of naught. Therefore thus said the Lord, who redeemed Abraham, concerning the house of Jacob, Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. But when he sees his children, the work of mine hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the God of Israel. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn the doctrine. Chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that covered with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they might have sin to sin. That's my dog walking around, Daisy, beside me. So if you hear that, just let me know. Verse 2. They walk to go down to Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen thyself in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shout of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shout of Egypt your confusion. For his princes were at Zion, and his bastards came to Hanes, and they were all ashamed of people that could not profit them, nor be an help or no profit, but a shame and also a reproach, the burden of the beasts of the south, into the land of the trouble and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion, the viper and fairy flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon the shoulders of young asses, and their treasures upon the branches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them. For the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in the book, that it may be for the time to come for every, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, See not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Verse 11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this world, and trust in oppressions, and perversions, and say thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in the high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant, and he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of its shred to take fire from the earth, or to take water without out of the pit. For thus saith the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye will not be ye said, No, for we will flee upon the horses, therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift, therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one, at the rebuke of 5 shall ye flee, till ye be left as a beacon upon the top of the mountain, and as an ensign on an hill. And therefore will the Lord wait, and he may be gracious unto you, and therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord is God of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. They shall weep and no more. He will be very gracious. Unto thee at the voice of the cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not the teachers be removed into the corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left, ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of the golden, and thou shalt cast them away as a mistress cloth, and thou shalt say unto it, Get thee hence. Then shall he give the rain of thy seed, and thou shalt sow the ground withal, and bread of the increase of the earth, and it shall be a fat and plenteousness. In that day shall thy cattle feed in a large pastures. The oxen likewise and the young asses that hear the ground shall eat clean provender, which hath been windowed with the shovel and with the fan. And there shall be upon every high mountain and upon every high hill rivers and the streams of waters in the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold as the light of the 7 days. In the day that the Lord bindeth up the branch of his people, and heals the stroke of their wound. Behold, the name of the Lord cometh from far, burning with his anger, and the burden thereof is heavy. His lips is full of indignation, and his lung is a devouring fire. And his breath as an overflowing stream shall reach to the midst of the neck, to sift the nations with the sieve of vanity. And there shall be a bridle of the jaws of the people, causing them to hear. He shall have a song as in the night, when the holy solemnity is kept in gladness of heart, as when one goeth with a pipe to come into the mountain of the Lord, to the mighty one of Israel. And the Lord shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall shew the lightning down of his arm with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of devouring fire, with scattering the tempest hailstones. For though the voice of the Lord shall the Azarian be beaten down with smote and with a rod, and in every place where the grounded staff shall pass, which the Lord shall lay upon him, if shall be with tabrets and harps, and in battles of shaken will he fight with it. For Tophet is ordained of old, yea, for the king is prepared, he hath made it deep and large. The power thereof is fire and much wood. The breath of the Lord, like a stream of brimstone, does kindle it. Chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to the Egypt for help, and stay on the horses and trust in the chariots. I've been saying that wrong the whole time. I'm sorry. Because they are many, and in the horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men, and not God, and their horses flesh, not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall down, and they all shall fall together. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion in the young lion roareth in the prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him. He will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for those noise of him. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion, and for the hill thereof. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will deserve it. Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, with your hands have made unto you for a sin. Then shall the Azarian fall with the sword, not of a mighty man, and the sword not of a mean man shall devour him, but he shall flee from the sword, and his young men shall be discomfited. And he shall pass over his stronghold for fear, and his princes shall be afraid of the ensign, saith the Lord, whose fire is in Zion, and his furnace in Jerusalem. Chapter 32, verse 1. Behold, A king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment, and man shall be as in hiding place from the wind, and in comfort from the tempest as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shout of a great rock in a weary land. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammers shall be ready to speak plainly. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful, for the vile person will speak vanity, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty fail. The instruments also of the cruel are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. But the liberal lavish liberal things, and by liberal things shall be stand. Rise up, you women are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fall, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at the ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, and make you bare, and grid sackcloth upon your lions. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy and the joyless city, because the palaces shall be forsaken. The multitude of the city shall be left. The forts and towers shall be for dens forever, a joy of wild asses and pastures of flocks, until the Spirit be poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness be fruitful filled, and the fruitful field be counted for a forest. The judgment shall dwell in the wilderness, and the righteous remain in the fruitful field, and the work of righteousness shall be peace, and the effect of righteousness, quietness, and assurance forever. And my people shall dwell in a peaceful habitation, and in sure dwellings, and in quiet resting places. When it shall hail coming down on the forest, and the city shall be low, in a low place. Blessed are ye that sow besides all waters, and to send forth thither the feet of the ox and the ass. Chapter 33, verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they that dwelt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. At the noise of the trumpet, the people fled. As they lifted up of themselves, the nations were scattered, and your spoil shall be gathered, like the gathering of caterpillar, as the running to fro of locusts shall be run upon them. The Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Behold, the valiant ones shall cry, without the ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly. The highways lie waste, the wayfaring man seeth. He hath broken the covenant, he hath despised the cities, he regardeth no man. The earth mourneth and languisheth. Lebanon is ashamed and hewn down. Sharon is like a wilderness, and Bashan and Carmel shake off their fruits. Now will I rise, saith the Lord. Now will I be exalted. Now will I lift up myself. Ye shall conceive thy chaff. Ye shall bring forth stumble your breath, as fire shall devour you. And the people shall be as of the burnings of lime. As thorns cut up shall they be burned in the fire. Hear ye that are far off what I have done, and ye that are near, acknowledge my might. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearless has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? He that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppressions, and shaketh his hand from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil, he shall dwell in high. His place of defense shall be the mansions of rocks. Bread shall be given him, his water shall be sure. Thine eyes shall see the king and his beauty. They shall behold the land that is very far off. Thine heart shall meditate terror, where is the scribe, where is the receiver, where is he that counted the towers? Thou shalt not see a fierce people, a people of deeper speech than thou canst perceive, of a stammering tongue that thou canst not understand. Look upon Zion, the city of our solemnities. Thine eyes shall see Jerusalem, in a quiet habitation, a tabernacle that shall not be taken down. Not one of the stakes thereof shall ever be removed, neither shall any of the cords thereof be broken. But the glorious Lord will be unto his place a broad rivers and streams, and wherein shall no galley with oars, never shall gallop ship pass thereby. For the Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king, he will save us. The tacklings are loosed, they could not well strengthen their mast, they could not spread the sail. Then is the prey of a great spoil divided the lame. Take the prey, and the inhabitant shall not say, I am sick. The people that dwell therein shall be forgiven their iniquity. Chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that cometh forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all of their hosts shall fall down as if leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs, and goes with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice of Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their lands shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord, vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the streams therefore shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but not shall be there, and all her princes shall be nothing. And the thorns shall come up in her palaces, needles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons and a court of owls. The wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the wild beasts of the island, and the satyr shall cry to his fellows. The screech owl also shall rest there, and find for herself a place of rest. There shall the great owl make her nest, and lay, and hatch, and gather under her shadow. There shall the vultures also be gathered, every one with her mate. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered him. And he hath casted the lot for them, and his hand hath divided unto them. By line they shall possess it forever. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein. Chapter 35, verse 1. The wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them. The desert shall rejoice and blossom as a rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy, and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it. Excellency of Carmel and Sharon, they shall see the glory of the Lord and excellency of our God. Strengthen ye to the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of the fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with recompense. He will come and save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as in heart, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For the wilderness shall waters break out, the streams in this desert, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. And the habitation of the dragons where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes, and an highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those the wayfaring men, though fools shall not enter therein. No lion shall, excuse me. Verse 9, no lion shall be there, no any ravenous beast shall go up thereon, it shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there, and the ransomed of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Chapter 36, verse 1. Now it come to pass in the 14th year of King Azariah that Sennacherib, king of Azariah, came up against all the defense cities of Judah and took them. And the king of Azariah sent Rabashakeh from Lachish to Jerusalem, and to the king of Zechariah with a great army. And he stood up by the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fuller's field. Then came forth unto him Eliakim, Elikah's son, which was over the house, and Shebaniah, the scribe of Joah, a Sabbath's son, the recorder. And Rabshakeh said unto them, say ye now to Azariah, thus saith the great king of Azariah, what confidence is this wherein thou trust? I say, sayest thou, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust that thou railest against me? Chapter 36, verse 5. Excuse me. I say, sayest thou, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust that thou rebellest against me? Lo, thou trustest in the staff of his broken reed on Egypt, wherein if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him? But if thou say to me, we trust in the Lord our God, is it not he whose high places and but if it say to me, we trust in the Lord our God, is it not he whose high places and whose altars Ezekiel and hath taken away, and said to Judah and to Jerusalem, he shall worship before his altar. Now therefore give pledges, I pray thee, to my master the king of Assyria, and I will give thee 2,000 horses, and if thou be able to on thy part to set riders upon them, how then wilt thou turn away the faces of the one captain of the least of my master's servants, and put thy trust on the Egypt of Charles and for horsemen? And I know, come up without the Lord against this land to destroy it. The Lord said unto me, go up against this land and destroy it. Then said Eliakim, Kim, and Shebaniah, and Joah unto Rabshakeh, speak, I pray thee, unto the servants into the Saran language, for we understand it, and speak not to us in the Jews' language into the ears of the people that are on the wall. But Rabshakeh said, hath my master sent me to thy master, and to thee to speak these words? Hath he not sent me to the men that sit upon the wall, that they may eat their own dung and drink their own piss with you? Wow. Then Rabshakeh said, cried with a loud voice to the Jews in language, and said, hear ye the words of the great king, the king of Assyria. Thus saith the king, let not Azariah deceive you, for he shall not be able to deliver you. Neither let Azariah make you trust in the Lord, saying, the Lord will surely deliver us. The city shall not be delivered into the hand of the king of Assyria. Hearken not to Hezekiah, for thus saith the king of Assyria, make an agreement with me by a present, and come out to me, and eat ye every one of his vine, and every one of his fig tree, and drink ye every one of the waters of his own cistern, until I come and take you away to a land like your own land, a land of corn and wine, a land of bread and vineyards. Beware lest Hezekiah persuade you, system, the Lord will deliver us at the end of the gods of the nations, deliver us out of the hand of the king of Azariah. Where are the gods of Hamath and Abrad? Where are the gods of Sepharvaim? And have they delivered Samaria out of my hand? Who are they among all the gods of these lands that have delivered their hand out of thy hand? And the Lord should deliver Jerusalem out of my hand. But they held their peace and answered him not a word. For the king's commandment was saying, answer him not. Then came Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, that was over the household, and Shebna, the scribe, and Jehovah, the son of Hasab, the recorder, to Hezekiah with their clothes rent, and told him the words of Rashika. Well, I'm going to stop there for today. I read a lot of chapters in Isaiah, and it was powerful. A lot of difficult names to pronounce, but doing the best I can. And I enjoy reading the Bible, and I hope this blessed y'all as blessed me, and y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you.